Hey, it's James Raby. We have to say something here, but I don't want to say much. Thanks for listening to the Y105 FM Early Morning Show Radio on Demand podcast. Love you.
Imagine the experience.
Am I the Jerkhead Crapface? It's part of What Would You Say Wednesday. You're welcome to join in and tell me what you think at 507-292-1053. Good morning. It's the Y105 FM Early Morning Show. I'm James Raby. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Am I the Jerkhead Crapface for asking for a morning off from my baby on the weekends? My wife and I have a 6-month-old baby girl. She's mostly a stay-at-home mom. She works 2.5 days a week, two half days a week, and her sister watches the baby. I work full-time and go to school once a week. We always had an arrangement where she takes care of the household duties, cooking, cleaning, and now baby care, while I happily support her monetarily. However, rather honestly, we are both living our dream life, and my wife does do an absolutely spectacular job taking care of me and our little one. On the weekends, we share baby duty. We usually make sure each of us gets our own alone time to do whatever we want. However, our little girl has hit a bit of a sleep regression, waking up every 2 hours. Since my wife breastfeeds, she's always taken care of the baby full-time overnight. She's a light sleeper and unfortunately has insomnia, whereas I'm a deep sleeper and wouldn't wake up for a baby cry anyways. Oh, I'm seeing something going on here. Recently, my wife has been asking me to wake up with the baby both days on the weekends so she can get an extra hour of sleep. Baby wakes up around 7 a.m. I get the baby dressed and take over for that hour. But sometimes I want to be the one that gets to sleep an extra hour. Really? I brought this up to her, and she says, well, she's happy to let me nap during the day. She really needs that hour because she can't nap like I can. We got into an argument about it, and she said, I'm being very insensitive when I know she is very exhausted and can't nap during the day, and she struggles going back to sleep every time the baby wakes up. But I'm exhausted, too. Work wears me out, and school days are long, and I sometimes want the hour in the morning. I don't want to spend my off time napping. I want to play video games and chill out. I've gotten mixed opinions on who is in the wrong here, or if there is even anyone in the wrong. Am I the jerkhead crapface for asking to share mornings off for sleep? I got an opinion, but first, what do you have to say? You can tell me by calling 507-292-1053. And let's start with, who is it? It's Sherry. Yeah. You're the jerkhead crapface. She's taking all the night duty because you don't wake up. Then you get the morning duty when you do wake up, so she can catch up on her lost sleep of the night. You want a morning off? Give her a night off. Right? But video games, and I was close to being kind of on this dude's side. Like, all right, I can understand. Oh, but you just want to do video games. How we spend our spare time, obviously, is none of my business. But she's working every single night with the baby. And she doesn't do well with sleep. And you can't imagine that maybe she should be the one that gets to sleep in and you take 2 days a week? My goodness. Courtney said, why not split who gets to sleep in? You sleep in one day, sleeps in the other. Compromise. Thank you, Courtney. Amy Jean says, if you're both living your dream life, then maybe you can consider getting a sitter to stay overnight or let themselves in early in the morning. And Cheryl is more along my lines. She says, yes, you are the jerkhead crapface. What do you think? 507-292-1053. It's the Y105 FM Early Morning Show.
Halloween is over, but hiring is still a bit.
O'clock today with a high around 33. Be careful driving. Someone died yesterday very likely because of slippery conditions, so please be careful. It is Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. I'm James Raby, and am I the jerkhead crapface? Why could I possibly be the jerkhead crapface? Well, the guy says, I am asking for a morning off from my baby on the weekends. Is that too much to ask? His wife is working a million hours with the kid, right? And she's breastfeeding, and so overnight she has to wake up with him all the time. And all she asks is that she gets to sleep in on Saturday morning and Sunday morning, 1 hour. And he's like, I want to play video games. Why don't I get some time? Well, one of my favorite responses came from, who was it? Ronnie. My vote for You Are the Jerkhead Crapface was confirmed when he said he doesn't want to spend his free time napping. If you did not want to make sacrifices personally, physically, financially, emotionally, and mentally, then you should not have had a kid. I hope you get a grip on this and sort out your priorities so that the baby has a healthy 18 years living with you. Wow. Wow. But, is that accurate? I mean, you can probably play video games while you're watching the baby, dude. Kayla Howard said on the Y105 FM Facebook page, think about it this way. If you're the one who was always up during the night to take care of the little one, struggled to fall back asleep, was in charge of all the household upkeep, and in charge of meeting most of little one's needs, how would you feel if you were then told that 2 hours you had requested for the weekend off, to sleep, was not fair? Yeah. And also, Autumn says, if she's breastfeeding, she deserves that hour of sleep. She's up throughout the night. You're able to take a nap and play video games, you jerkhead crap face. Let her sleep in. I'm in your camp. I really am. A deadly traffic crash in southeast Minnesota. Next in the Y105 FM Early Morning Show News Minute.
This is Y105 FM.
Slippery travel conditions likely contributed to a deadly crash in southeastern Minnesota Tuesday morning. Good morning. I'm James Raby. This is the Y105 FM Early Morning Show News Minute. The State Patrol says 63-year-old Laurel Aseth of Harmony died after his car collided with a pickup truck along Highway 52 in Fillmore County. See how the pickup driver is doing on the Y105 FM app. Also on our app this morning, Louisiana man jailed after Rochester crash sends man to hospital. 12 spots in southeastern Minnesota where you can get real Christmas trees. And the rabies shot. A Brazilian woman who married a rag doll now says her relationship is hanging by a thread because he was unfaithful. Mervoin Moraes tells the Daily Mirror that her husband has been cheating with another woman. I found out through a friend who told me she saw Marcello entering a motel with another woman while I was hospitalized for 3 nights and 3 days with Marcelino, our son, who had a virus. You no good, lousy, cotton-picking rag doll. I'm just saying, you to the door. Y105 FM weather for today, snow till 2, then tonight, maybe overnight snow, a low should be 17, and cloudy with a chance of snow afternoon, a high should be 25 tomorrow. Again for today, snow till about 2 o'clock and a high 33, it is 25, and she wants to sleep. He wants time to himself, but there's a baby. Is he the jerkhead crap face for telling her to suck it up and let him have a couple hours to himself in less than 10 minutes? More coffee! If you catch me making mistakes today, you can blame Colin. My friend invited me to a very fun event last night. The Dueling Pianos were in town. Deuces Wild, the Dueling Pianos. Yes, the group that used to be at Rookies all the time. Oh, my gosh. So good. And, of course, I had to stay late and talk to him and all that jazz. So thanks, Colin. Thanks. It's Y105 FM's Early Morning Show. Y'all, I don't know what the heck is up with people playing video games, says Justin. But with certain people, it's like if they don't get to play the video game, their inner selfish child comes out. I know we can make the argument that anything can be treated as an addiction of sorts, but it seems to be running theme with video game people. Plenty of people have no trouble. They're great. But I knew a guy who would yell at his toddler if they interrupted his video game. And this is a comment on today's Am I the Jerkhead Crap Face? He says, my wife and I have a 6-month-old baby. She's mostly a stay-at-home mom, works 2 half days a week, and her sister watches the baby. I work full-time and go to school 1 day a week. We've always had an arrangement where she takes care of the household duties, cooking, cleaning, and now baby care, while I happily support her monetarily. Honestly, we're both living our dream life, and my wife does an absolutely spectacular job of taking care of me and our little one. I don't think she should have to take care of you, dude. On the weekends, we share baby duty. We usually make sure each of us gets our own alone time to do whatever we want. However, our girl has hit a bit of a sleep regression, waking up every 2 hours. And since my wife breastfeeds, she's always taken care of the baby. She's a light sleeper and really has a hard time going back to sleep. She deals with insomnia. Whereas I'm in a deep sleep. I never hear that baby cry. Recently, my wife has been asking me to wake up with the baby both days on the weekends so she can get an extra hour of sleep. I get the baby dressed and take over for an hour. But here's the thing. I want some alone time. All right? I want some time to play video games and have a nice time. Why can't she just take that time and I'll, get a nap later? So that's what he's saying here. And there's a lot of reasons why, since she said she doesn't get back to sleep easily. Brittany Smith said, "You're not the jerkhead crap face, but I do think that hour of rest should go to her, at least most of the time." Janet said she needs to start pumping so he can share the night shift. Oh, that's a great idea. Yes, because that feeding time is precious. Absolutely. And Gabandria says, yeah, you kind of are the jerkhead crap face. Breastfeeding and being woke throughout the night messes with your sleep. I've never been able to nap during the day, no matter how hard I try. You said it yourself. She can't nap like you can. Let her sleep. And just to play video games? I know. I'm not knocking video games. Everyone has their way of recreating, but it's like this baby is a baby. And this is not going to last forever. So as the baby's regressing into sleep patterns, you just got to deal, dude. You just have to deal. That's what you signed up for. It is Y105 FM's early morning show. Hey, thanks for hanging out today. You got an opinion on this? 507-292-1053. Up next, the 8 a.m. All Music Hour. For a solution. Well, it's not how Jimmy plays. Hi, it's James Raby. It's Y105 FM's early morning show every single weekday morning starting around 7:55. The Y105 FM early morning show, 8 a.m. All Music Hour. And I got a complaint. NBC says Taylor Swift concert tickets went on sale yesterday. Some seats sold for as much as $9,495. Well, if people want to pay that, that's fine. I think they're suckers, but that's fine. I'm not knocking Taylor Swift. She's awesome. But we will never bring concert ticket prices down by constantly going to concerts that cost tens of thousands of dollars. Woo! I mean, seriously, we just all took 6 months off and did not go to a concert. Whoop! They bring them down. They BRING them down. So there's my solution. It's not a very good solution because I know you want to see artists. Speaking of that, it's entirely possible you're going to have a chance to win Taylor Swift tickets from Y105 FM. I know. Well, I complain about the high price. I want to make sure you get tickets. Business Insider says Sam's Club undercut Costco yesterday and lowered the price of its hot dog and soda combo to $1.38. Costco still charges $1.50. Yeah, but isn't Costco's hot dog better, or is it not? I've never done an A/B comparison. And there's a TikTok creator named Lyd accidentally glued one of her eyes shut after mistaking super glue for eye drops. She had to go to the hospital. They had to pry them open. They tried some dissolving solvent. Didn't work. They ended up having to take what amounts to a crowbar, probably rusty, crank her eyes open. Now, I said, like in quotes, accidentally. I don't believe for a second she did it by mistake. Good Lord. Everyone's talking about her now. And it's awful. I would hate to have my eyes peeled open. It's bad enough when you have too fun a night and you wake up and the sleep has done it to you, right? Am I right? I'm right. I'm right. Am I bragging that I was out last night watching dueling pianos? I am, because they're they're funnier than they used to be back when they came to rookies and stuff. But I'm also remembering, that was a few years ago that I used to stay up till midnight. It is Y105 FM's early morning show.
I know you saw those snowflakes the other day, and I will...
In just a second here on Y105 FM's early morning show. Hi, I'm James Raby, and it is time to do the Raby Shot. That's Doughheads in the News. And our first Raby Shot goes to a rag doll in Brazil. This is a very sad story. A Brazilian woman who married a rag doll now says the relationship is hanging by a thread because he was unfaithful. That's right. She tells the Daily Mirror her husband has been cheating on her with another woman. I found out through a friend who told me that she saw Marcello entering a motel with another woman while I was hospitalized for 3 nights and 3 days with Marcellino, our son, who had a virus. Well, maybe I'm more than doughhead here on Marcello the rag doll. Maybe I'm going to go so far as jerkhead crap face. You got a wife and kid that are sick, and you're out there gallivanting about, visiting hotel rooms with ladies that are not your wife? Rag dolls. You just can't trust them. Also, on the Y105 FM early morning show, this is a Raby Shot that you might not expect. The New York Post says a newlywed is being slammed for arriving at his own wedding inside a coffin. The hearse pulled up, casket was taken up by the pallbearers, which were just his groomsmen, and it's really great. And people are upset, of course. It doesn't sound like the bride's upset. It doesn't sound like anyone else is upset, and that's who gets the rabies shot, being so upset that something like this happens. And people are saying, well, so he needs to be the center of attention? Well, she needs to be the center of attention? I mean, seriously, this is such a non-issue. Whatever. Maybe they like coffins. Maybe they like the joke. Who knows? Who knows? And honestly, I got bigger things to worry about. Like, what the heck is up with Marcello and his cheating ways? This is Y105 FM's early morning show. Michelle going to give you a chance to win the BSB and Me in NYC right after 2 p.m.
This is Y105.
Hey, it's James Raby. Thank you so much for listening to the Y105 FM Early Morning Show Radio On Demand podcast. I hope you'll subscribe and tune in Monday through Friday between 6 and 10 for more fun than you can shake a stick at.